Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, it was must-see TV as all eyes were on Capitol Hill and the testimony from fired FBI Director James Comey. In his first public appearance, Comey accused the White House of lying about him and the FBI, a claim the administration denies. ABC's Janae Norman is following the latest now from Washington.
It's the case of he said that's captivated Capitol Hill and the country.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Dramatic testimony from former FBI Director James Comey revealing under oath that he documented conversations with the president out of concern.
I was honestly concerned that he might lie about the nature of our meeting.
Revealed he leaked information about the conversations he had with the president after Trump tweeted, "Comey better hope that there are no tapes of our conversations before he starts leaking to the press."
I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter.
And not mincing words over why he believes he was fired.
It's my judgment that I was fired because of the Russia investigation.
After a long silence, the president punched back on Twitter this morning, writing, "Despite so many false statements and lies, total and complete vindication. And wow, Comey is a leaker." Despite insisting Comey lied under oath, the one piece of testimony President Trump and his lawyer have pointed to as a solid truth that the president was not under FBI investigation.
I gather from all this that you're willing to say now that while you were director, the President of the United States was not under investigation. Is that a fair statement?
That's correct.
But that doesn't mean the president isn't under investigation now. And the truth of the contested conversations may come down to the tapes President Trump tweeted may exist. Tapes Comey and many others in Congress are now demanding to hear.
I've seen the tweet about tapes. Lordy, I hope there are tapes.
A source tells ABC News the president's lawyer plans to file a complaint with the Justice Department's Inspector General asking for an inquiry into Comey for leaking details of the Flynn conversation. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Here at home, for lovers of the water, they can choose an eternal resting place at sea. ABC 7's Jacqueline Matter joins us with more on one Sarasota company giving families that option. Jacqueline?
Good afternoon, Scott. It's a tough decision to have with your family how you'll be laid to rest. But if you're an ocean lover, Eternal Reefs may be just the thing for you. Today, 14 families are honoring their loved ones by turning their cremated ashes into eternal reefs that will create a living legacy and benefit future generations. After hand creating their memorials with seashells, glass, and handprints, these reefs will be dropped to the bottom of the ocean blue, where they will provide a new life and meaning. For one family, honoring their mother in that way was just the way they believed she would want it to be remembered.
She didn't want to be buried. She wanted to give back to the earth in some way, and ocean was like her home. It always has been her home. It only makes sense that she's down here now, like forever. And it just means a lot that, for me, it means a lot that she's, providing life to the ocean. She's, giving life.
On Monday, the families and their loved ones will take the memorial reefs out to the Silvertooth Reef site off the coast of Sarasota. It is there that they will say their final goodbyes and hold a memorial service as well. Now, that company also puts on full military honors to veterans who are remembered through their service. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you. New this afternoon, an injured bird is fully rehabilitated and flying free here on the Suncoast today. The Wildlife Center of Venice releasing this great blue heron at the celery fields this morning. Last month, Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies found the bird entangled in power lines with a jug and fishing line wrapped around its leg. Crews from Florida Power and Light were able to free it, and then the Wildlife Center of Venice managed to nurse the bird back to health.
Even after we get them in and they calm down. But this one was a great patient. He recovered quickly. I think the quick response from everyone getting him down as promptly as possible is what saved his life.
Great blue herons can stand up to 4 feet tall and live in marshes, swamps, and along our shores. They are beautiful animals to see. I'm sure you see them along your backyard every once in a while, John.
Indeed. Now that's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a very pleasant story, and I love the celery fields. You see all kinds of great birds.
You sure do. Great place to just You know, if you want some exercise on that big hill,
Yeah,
go up and down.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll work you out.
That's true. Plus the observing deck out there
Yeah,
on the
it's
marsh
beautiful.
is just
Yeah.
fantastic. And there's always knowledgeable people, it seems, around about birds who are able to help you out.
The
from
Audubon
Audubon
Society is right there. Yeah.
Right. Great place. Very lucky to have that. We also very lucky to have the weather we have today. I tell you, it's nice to get a little bit of a time to dry out. We'll have about 36 hours of that, I guess, before we start to see the rain showers kind of return full force. We had yesterday afternoon was kind of nice. We had a few showers around, but certainly a lot fewer than we've had in previous days. And now a lot of blue sky out there. Not to say we won't see a shower or two this afternoon, but I think they'll be confined mostly to inland areas, and they'll be kind of few in number. We'll call the forecast high today, probably coming in with all the sunshine we're getting at about pretty close to the 90-degree mark. We'll go with about 89 for a daytime high. And we'll go with an inland shower chance of about 20%. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, John, thank you. Florida lawmakers are supposed to finish their work today in a special session, but it's not clear if top Republicans can even reach a deal on school spending and an overhaul of the state's economic development programs. Governor Rick Scott called legislators back to Tallahassee for a special session scheduled to end today, but Senate President Joe Negron says the Senate will not approve a budget deal unless House Republicans and Scott agree to back top Senate priorities, including $75 million worth of university projects that Scott vetoed. The Senate also wants to restore some budget cuts to hospitals. An update this afternoon on the special elections in the UK. Theresa May is confirming her plans to stay on as British Prime Minister, but her Conservative Party failed to gain a majority of votes in the House of Commons. May called for an early election in hopes of getting an increased majority that could have strengthened her hand in Britain's exit talks with the European Union. Despite the loss, she's seeking support from Northern Ireland's Democratic Unionist Party and vows to stick to the Brexit, which is set to start in just 10 days. May went to Buckingham Palace this morning to meet with Queen Elizabeth and seek permission to form a minority government.
This government will guide the country through the crucial Brexit talks that begin in just 10 days and deliver on the will of the British people by taking the United Kingdom out of the European Union. It will work to keep our nation safe and secure by delivering the change that I set out following the appalling attacks in Manchester and London.
The biggest winner last night was the Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn. He'll now play a much bigger role in the British Parliament. The results affecting financial markets as well. May's failure to gain a majority of votes in the House of Commons caused the English pound to fall more than 2 cents against the dollar within seconds of the polls closing. Some investors worry the lack of a majority for Conservatives would weaken the next government's hand in those Brexit negotiations. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joins us now with a look at the day on Wall Street so far. Jeff, what's affecting the market so far?
Scott, you are correct, and the pound did drop. You know, the election yesterday was big news in the markets, as well as Congress hearings. We all know what was going on there. Oil dropped about $45 a barrel. How did this all affect the markets? Records for the NASDAQ and the Dow yesterday. So far the week, the Dow's up just shy of 0.5%. NASDAQ's actually over 0.5%, while the S&P just under 0.25% positive, all positive for the week. Woke up this morning, the futures were up. Let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average trading at 21,275, up 93 points, just shy of 0.5%. NASDAQ 6,323, up 1.74, 0.02, and S&P 2,443, up almost 10 points, 0.38% in the positive.
And let's talk about Apple's new coming product called the HomePod. Pretty cool device.
Scott, really cool. Going to compete with the Echo amp from Amazon as well as Google Home. The fourth will come out later on from Microsoft. What is a smart speaker, you're asking? It's Wi-Fi connected, controlled by voice commands. You can ask it questions, stream music, news, set timers, reminders, control your lights and thermostats even. Streaming is Amazon's really, or as far as what's strong, Amazon is known for their shopping aspect. Google, as we know, is going to be known for their Googling. We're not quite sure about Apple, but we'll be paying attention. As far as the speaker quality, Apple's going to be leading the way by a long shot, much higher than Google or Amazon. And mainly there's help to, you know, they're made for helping the parent company actually sell a lot of their products. But with Apple, we'll see if they're going to allow third parties to really help out and, you know, do whatever you want as far as not using your hands on your phone or your computer. That's really where the future of the home computer is. Scott, right now there's 3, like I mentioned. Microsoft's going to be coming out with one later this year. Bottom line is that's the future, and all the companies are pretty strong to invest in. So we'll see as far as who's going to own the home space.
Okay. Pretty fascinating stuff there. All right, Jeff, thanks so much for the update.
Have a great weekend, Scott.
You too. Let's check in now with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. She joins us today from the Muse at the Ringling.
I'm always excited to be back at Muse. This is the lovely restaurant that's inspirational right here at the Ringling Museum. You don't have to buy a ticket to go to the Ringling to enjoy this great food, although I always recommend the grounds here. But Muse is open for lunch and dinner, and today we're going to be celebrating Savor Sarasota. It's my favorite time of year as we celebrate the restaurant weeks, those specials for both lunch and dinner that Muse is involved with. Now they have a full bar, a nice wine list, and one of the best burgers in town. So whether you're strolling the grounds and visiting the museums or just stopping by for a really lovely lunch and dinner, Muse is going to be your muse for great culinary design. I'll be back in just a few minutes. You'll get to meet Josh Wood, the general manager chef, and we will talk all about what's in store for you while we savor Sarasota.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Nice shot from our tower cam mounted high above our studios, looking down over the bay. Beautiful conditions today for boaters compared to what we've seen over the last several days. We've had some very, very gusty, breezy winds, 30-mile-an-hour gusts across the region. So today's, kind of a really nice change for our boating community. I think be able to get out there and enjoy some 5 to 10 knot winds and some pretty consistent wind directions as well. As far as our current conditions across the deep south, check it out. Dallas coming in at 70, Mississippi, Tupelo, Mississippi coming in at 76, 78 degrees. In Atlanta, some cooler air has definitely tried to filter south. Didn't make it too far south across the state of Florida, kind of put on its brakes in Sarasota, 81 degrees now. We'll top out our temperatures pretty close to the average. We have had some drier air move in. Our dew point values are running around 3-4 degrees below where they were 24 hours ago. So that's kind of nice. It's noticeable. You can feel that. It's not a big dramatic shift in our humidity like we might have seen a month ago or so. But still, I'll take it for this time of year. Fluctuating dew points between around 72 and 68 throughout the day today. Southwest wind. We've had generally across the state of Florida an easterly wind flow, and I think now as we develop that southwest wind sea breeze, it's going to collide with that general easterly wind, and maybe we'll pick up a few showers inland. But this water vapor imagery, which shows you the moisture in our atmosphere aloft, mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, certainly shows a lot of dry air indicated by the tan colorization across the state of Florida. And showers that do form today, I think, will be fairly shallow. We won't see a lot of depth in the showers. Now, down to the south, we have quite a few showers in progress. That's because the frontal boundary itself is parked just down to our south, and that's where we'll see the most rainfall today. Locally, not seeing a whole lot going on. Maybe, as I mentioned, inland, a few scattered showers. That parked frontal boundary, the stationary front, will stay there today, but tomorrow, it's going to start lifting back north as a warm front. High pressure will build in below it. Our winds will shift out of the south, and we'll get that moisture returning pretty rapidly. But for today, enjoy it. It's going to be nice with only isolated showers in inland areas mostly, not near the coast so much. Winds shift over the weekend from that nice easterly direction, northeasterly direction we had this morning to a more southeasterly direction, and that will return our rain chances. Nice rains that we have had have lowered our chance for fire across the entire state. Fire danger index, an indicating index of how likely it is for a fire to start and get out of control, is low across most every county in the state, which is a nice change from the very high readings we had just a little while ago. So that's nice to see. That will probably continue for a while as the future rainfall shows that we'll have some scattered showers today, but I think over the course of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we'll start to see that moisture produce a much wider spread area of rainfall and much heavier rainfall as well. Then as we get into next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that 70% rain chance will be for everybody, not just inland residents, but coastal residents as well, as we'll add to that increased moisture a little upper level energy. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In health news, a nationwide recall is underway for birth control pills. Lupin Pharmaceuticals Incorporated is recalling its Mibellus 24 FE products. Those pills were packaged improperly. The first 4 days of tablets labeled as active pills are actually placebos, which could result in pregnancies. If you have the pack of pills, consult your doctor immediately. The lazy days of summer can often include some really hot and humid days, and heat illness can include a wide spectrum of ailments, ranging from something as minor as heat cramp to a full-blown heat stroke. Heat stroke is a life-threatening emergency and can be fatal if left untreated. The very young and elderly are the most at risk for suffering heat stroke.
You don't want to ignore the signs and symptoms of a heat emergency. So if you notice that you're feeling nauseous, you got a headache, you're feeling a little dizzy or lightheaded, or you notice that a loved one who's been exposed to the heat is feeling that way, you want to get them out of the heat as soon as possible because you don't want it to progress to full-blown heat stroke.
To keep from getting sick, make sure you are staying hydrated by drinking water or electrolyte solutions. It's also good to avoid drinking anything that contains alcohol or caffeine, which can cause you to become more dehydrated. Well, whether it's giving piggyback rides or changing diapers, dads today are taking a more active role in raising their children. A Pew Research report shows moms and dads in the U.S. work essentially equal hours when paid work hours are combined with household chores and child care hours. Pew also finds that fathers are putting more time into their families than ever before. So give dads a pat on the back this Father's Day, which is coming up on June 18th. In sports, the Pittsburgh Penguins now just one win away from repeating as Stanley Cup champions after beating Nashville last night 6-0. The offensive display by Pittsburgh came after the Pens were held to just 2 goals while dropping the previous 2 games in Nashville. Sidney Crosby had 3 assists for the Penguins. Pittsburgh now leads the best of 7 series, 3-2, and will try to wrap it up on Sunday in Nashville. And the NBA Finals could wrap up tonight if the Warriors can win again in Cleveland. Not only would Golden State clinch the NBA championship, they would achieve the first perfect record in the playoffs in league history. The Warriors are now a perfect 15-0 so far this postseason. They used an 11-0 run late in the 4th quarter of Game 3 to take the lead and the win. You can see Game 4 tonight here on ABC 7 at 9. And apparently a lot of you are watching. This NBA Final is the most watched since Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls won it all way back in 1998. When we come back, we're going to meet our pet of the week. And a transgender U.S. Army soldier is speaking out about her experience for the first time. The exclusive interview with Chelsea Manning coming up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com, AndServices.com.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Belt Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com, AndServices.com.
It's time again to meet our pet of the week. John is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marsha Panucci, to tell us all about Diane. Guys?
What a beautiful little kitty we have here.
Absolutely.
It's very thin. Is everything okay here?
Yes, everything is wonderful. She's just watching her weight.
Oh, good for
I mean,
you,
come
Diane.
on, you know?
Give me some tips. I could use a few.
This is Diane. She's 9 months old, and she is in perfect health.
Good.
And she's one of these, what I call the unusual cats that absolutely love to be with people. They want to cuddle. They want to be on your lap. They want to do the things that we want them to do, but then they have their own time that they kind of go off and they have their own life, and then they come back with you. And she is microchipped. She is vaccinated. She has been spayed. And she loves life, and she loves humans, and you can see this. She's just a cuddler.
Very calm for a studio. You know, when you can't see it, but behind the scenes here, there's a lot of motion. There are cameras that are moving around. It's very disconcerting to a lot of animals, but boy, she's handling it like a champ.
When they see our cameras come forward and they're robotic, they're not quite sure what's happening.
Right.
But she's pretty good with this. And one of the most beautiful things, you know, we always talk about color and how beautiful they are. Take a look at those eyes and the rest of her body.
So gorgeous.
She's absolutely color coordinated.
Look at that.
Isn't she gorgeous? She's
pretty?
Absolutely gorgeous. She's looking for a home. She was one of a litter. From the Humane Society of Sarasota County, so she's just ready to go, John.
So she's being sheltered right now at Sarasota.
She is
Humane Society?
Yes, at the Humane Society, and she's looking for a home. And I would say, John, people who are trying to decide, should I have a dog, should I have a cat? If you're working a lot of hours and that, it's hard to have a dog. You and I certainly know that. But if you're looking for that one special kitten that could be yours when you're home and cuddle with you and be with you and then have its own life and come back to you when you come home, this is perfect.
She's a sweetheart. Diane is her name at the Humane Society, Sarasota County. They make adoption very, very simple, so give them a call. Come on in, and they'll be happy to send you home with Diane here. How old do we know?
9 months.
9 months.
She's a baby.
A lot of life left in this girl. Thanks, Marcia.
Thanks, John.
Scott?
John, Marcia, thank you both. After you adopt a pet, some people enjoy dressing them up, and thanks to a Japanese retailer, you can now buy samurai armor for your pet. The company called Samurai Age also makes dolls and sake bottles, but each outfit here is made with lightweight materials like foam and resin. And they'll run you about $130 though for a small size. Sarasota County's Library System and Housing Authority hosting a fun event this afternoon to get you and the family in the spirit of summer reading. Celebrate Summer is a book-rich event. You can get free books and food along with free family portraits, and there'll be an inflatable slide there for fun. It takes place this afternoon at the Sarasota Housing Authority from 4:30 to 6:30. It's the first of 3 events that will be held this summer. Back now to Chef Judy Gallagher, who's joining us today from the Muse at the Ringling.
And the man that wears many hats, both the chef and general manager, Josh Wood. It's always good to see you.
Always good to see you too, Judy. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. Now let's give people some history behind Muse, how long it's been here and what people can expect when they arrive.
So Muse opened up, it'll be 2 years in July. We took over in July and our first official day was in September because we had to do the lovely remodel, as you see. We're very excited to be here. This is Tableside's first museum restaurant that we have, and what we wanted to do when we opened was create a cuisine that is artfully inspired, but still with modern and like locally, comfortable food that our guests can appreciate. And since we're located on the beautiful Ringling grounds, we wanted the food to reflect that. So you'll see in many of our dishes, the salad dressings are used to almost represent paint on a canvas. There's a lot of bright colors, a lot of stark contrast on the plates as well. We are also very proud to announce that our salmon is a Faroe Island salmon.
Oh, my fave. Good.
Yeah, we serve that in all of our restaurants. When we're available, we do use Alaskan king salmon, but it's not available year-round, unfortunately. Right. We also are very proud of our new cocktail list that we come out with for the summer, and which we'll be getting into later in the show. And
and tell us more. So, are people able to have private events here?
We actually do have a private dining room upstairs, as well as a catering department that handles events on the Ringling. We're actually even more excited about, on June 9th, we're having a board dinner for the Ringling members inside the restaurant. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And what? No, keep thinking. And
our catering director, Anne-Marie Grew, is in charge of all of our private events.
So that's really good information to know. Now, you're open for lunch and dinner starting at what time?
So lunch starts at 11 a.m. and we run that until 3, and then from 3 to 5 we go to our limited in-between menu, and then dinner starts at 5. And however, for the summer months, we are only open for dinner Monday through Saturday. Okay. Sundays and Mondays we now close at 5 with the museum.
And it makes sense, but it's perfect if you're going across the street for a play to come in and have lunch. I noticed the parking lot was filled for the afternoon. So whether it's a matinee or a full time at dinner, you're going to love it. Stay right here, Josh. We're talking about the food next.
Can't wait.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Topping our news this half hour, the transgender former Army soldier, formerly known as Bradley Manning, is now speaking out. Chelsea Manning was convicted of leaking classified government documents to WikiLeaks. ABC's Aaron Katersky has more.
Chelsea Manning sat down with ABC's Juju Chang for an exclusive interview.
Right. Who is Chelsea Manning? So, I'm just me.
Manning was in prison for 7 years, convicted by a military tribunal and sentenced for releasing hundreds of thousands of documents to WikiLeaks. Asked if Manning thinks she owes the American public an apology for the biggest information leak in U.S. military history.
I've accepted responsibility. No one told me to do this. Nobody directed me to do this. This is me. It's on me.
What compelled her to risk her military career and break the law?
We're getting all this information, and it's just death, destruction, mayhem, and eventually you just stop. I stopped seeing just statistics and information, and I started seeing people.
She said she wanted to spark a debate about what she was seeing as an Army intelligence analyst, but some only saw Manning as a traitor who made classified information public for all to see, including America's enemies.
But I have a responsibility to the public It's not just about, we all have a responsibility.
Manning pleaded guilty to some charges, but was acquitted of the most serious charge, aiding the enemy. 5 months ago, President Obama commuted her sentence.
I feel very comfortable that justice has been served.
Manning has not spoken to President Obama, but had these words for him.
Thank you. Give it a chance. That's all I wanted.
Getting to this point was not easy. Chelsea Manning endured solitary confinement and she struggled for access to treatment. But she told us she had to transition in prison because she said, "I had to be who I am." Aaron Katersky, ABC News, New York.
A sexual assault victim taking the stand today in Los Angeles could put an end to a 40-year-old case. Oscar winner Roman Polanski has been a fugitive since fleeing to France in 1978 after pleading guilty to having unlawful sex with a minor. Now his alleged victim is taking the stand for the first time on his behalf. Samantha Geimer, who was 13 at the time, says she was assaulted by Polanski at Jack Nicholson's home during a March 1977 photo shoot. She sued and reached a settlement with him and has long supported his bid to end the case. Polanski has an international arrest warrant that confines him to 3 European countries. Geimer has previously said she forgives him for the assault and hopes her testimony will lift the restrictions. Day 5 of the Bill Cosby sexual assault trial happening now. Today, prosecutors are expected to continue focusing on his deposition from a decade ago. It's giving jurors a look at his view of the January 2004 encounter where Andrea Constand says the comedian drugged and violated her at his Philadelphia home. Cosby will not testify, which means jurors will only hear from him through the deposition from Andrea Constand's civil lawsuit and a prior police interview. We're also learning his wife plans to attend the trial and supports him. A community in Alabama is asking for prayers after a teenage girl is killed in a church bus crash. That bus was carrying a youth church group from Huntsville when it overturned and landed on a car near Atlanta yesterday afternoon. About 10 people were hurt and the 17-year-old girl died in the crash. People in Georgia have been doing their part to help the victims and their families. After finding out about the deadly crash, volunteers jumped into action and started dropping off donations.
Water, soft drinks, pizza, just something to help them get through, let them know that this community care about them and that we love them and that we're praying for them.
The youth group was made up of high school juniors and seniors. The bus was taking them to the airport in Atlanta for a mission trip to South Africa. A monumental moment in the airline industry. Louis Freeman is Southwest Airlines' first black pilot and the country's first African-American chief pilot of a major U.S. airline. And after 37 years on the job, he's now retiring. Freeman landed one of his final flights in Chicago yesterday. Freeman had an illustrious career. He flew the remains of Rosa Parks to her final resting place while managing to volunteer for the Tuskegee Airmen. Freeman said he hopes he's proof that anything is possible. City officials in Chicago passed a proclamation declaring the day Louis Freeman Day. I wish him the best in retirement. What a life, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome.
That's great. So was that recent that we had our first black pilot, right? Late 70s,
37
right?
years ago, yeah.
Wow, that's something.
Yep.
We have across our region today lots of sunshine. That's kind of nice.
Nice.
So good to see that.
Blue skies. I kind of forgot what they look like.
I know. Isn't that the truth? That is the truth. That a little chance to dry out maybe. Just a reminder, if weather cooperates this afternoon, looks like it will for most of us, you might want to just kind of police your yard and see if there are any standing water in any containers around your yard and, empty those out. Keep those mosquitoes from breeding. Boy, I tell you, they got thick yesterday all of a sudden. And they were certainly out and about as I mowed the lawn yesterday. I noticed that. We're looking at some pleasant weather for the afternoon, maybe a few scattered showers in inland areas, but otherwise lots of sunshine for most folks. Daytime high temperatures about normal, coming in about the 90-degree mark, a little less than that perhaps. 20% chance of an inland shower. Scott?
John, thank you. A Punta Gorda man could face life in prison after being convicted of killing a convenience store clerk and then setting the store on fire. A jury finding 28-year-old Michael Russo guilty of murder and arson yesterday. In November of 2015, Russo shot 18-year-old Kyle Farishian several times in the 7-Eleven store where he worked. He then covered the store with gasoline and set it on fire. Russo will be sentenced on July 17th. New this afternoon, Manatee County Sheriff's deputies need your help finding an adult store robber. The XTC Supercenter on Cortez Road West was held up overnight Investigators say the suspect was armed with a shotgun, took cash from the register, and took off. No one was hurt. Anyone with information can call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. One of two ways to get onto Manasota Key will be temporarily shut down in the coming days. Construction work will begin late this weekend on the Tom Adams Bridge. That's the bridge that connects Englewood to the Barrier Island. The bridge will close starting around midnight this Sunday, and it's expected to reopen around midnight the following Sunday. The nearly $10 million project will include a new tender house, replacement of all the electrical and mechanical equipment, replacement of the concrete approach slabs, and then the widening of the sidewalks.
This is an important link between the mainland and Manasota Key, and we need to do whatever maintenance is necessary to keep this bridge operational for now and for the future.
It's going to be tough because you're going to have to go all the way down to Manasota just to go to Englewood Beach.
Charlotte County officials are encouraging people to be patient during the construction. Again, the bridge will be closed for a week starting at midnight on Sunday. Another big project is beginning today. Work starts on the new I-75 State Road 64 Diamond Interchange. The Florida Department of Transportation will be widening the on and off ramps to the interstate. They'll be installing sidewalks and bicycle lanes along State Road 64. Signs are up now to let drivers know about this construction project. The work is scheduled to be completed by late 2019. Sarasota County Commissioners are looking to keep a free trolley service going on Siesta Key. It runs from Siesta Key Village to Turtle Beach 7 days a week. According to the Observer, about 1,600 people a day are using this service. The trolleys were launched back in March. Right now, they're in a 6-month trial period, which ends in August. Funding for it comes from a state grant, which will run out in August. Once the trial run is over, county commissioners will likely decide to keep it going, but still need to find ways to pay for it. Let's get back now to ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who's joining us today from the Muse at the Ringling.
Josh, I'm savoring Sarasota, and I'm definitely savoring the Muse. So let's get started with what you prepared today.
I love all of this food. It's all featured on our Savor Sarasota lunch menu. So starting here, we have the Muse Super Green House Salad, and that is made with artisan greens and frisee, and then it's dressed in our house-made goji berry vinaigrette that was featured on your show a couple months ago.
That's right.
Sitting in front of it, we have our smoked chicken quesadilla. Now, what I love about this dish is that the malt barbecue sauce is made here. We tried purchasing it. It wasn't up to our standards, so we just started making it. And I tell you what, the malt really adds a nice flavor part to it.
A good tang to it.
Yeah,
I love it.
You need that in some food.
Absolutely.
Now, coming over here, we have our new salmon salad. So this is made with our organic tomato vinaigrette. And because of the tomatoes in it, it's made fresh every morning. So each day you come in, it's fresh, it's light, it's perfect for summer, and it features our Norwegian salmon.
Yum.
As well. Now, this was a dish that I was not sold on when it was put on our menu, but I've come to love it. It's the almond butter hummus.
I've had it, and I think trust us.
It's different.
It's totally different. It's smooth, but it has texture.
Yeah, and
I agree.
The almond butter adds so much depth to the flavor profile of it that I was almost like, is it gonna work? Is it not? But I've come to love it. And the vegetable crudité is light, and then these crackers here are actually made in house as well, and they're topped with everything bagel seasoning. But let's just keep that between us.
Okay.
All right.
Don't tell anybody.
I don't want all the other restaurants.
Okay, now burger aficionados like me love the Muse burger.
So this burger's got a lot going on. The cheese on it is a sliced brie.
Yes.
It's topped with our house-made bacon jam, onion frites, lettuce, and then an herb aioli, which we named after the curator's steak sauce to give the museum a little play. We serve it with a nice house salad to keep it light. Now here, this dish is also one of my favorite. It is, we call it the spasta. It's made with spaghetti squash, but it's to resemble pasta, mixed in with fresh vegetables, sauteed garlic, and then it sits on top of our chef's very own tomato sauce recipe, which hasn't changed in 8 years, and there's no reason to change it. It's amazing.
I love that.
It's amazing.
And you have some pretty cool cocktails going on.
We do. Now this one is our Muse Mojito. We figured for the summer you need a good fresh mojito, fresh basil, limon Bacardi, and fresh lemon, of course, topped with a little bit of soda. It is absolutely perfect for a nice hot summer day once you come in from walking around the grounds and enjoying the art.
Perfect for all, but don't go anywhere. We're still celebrating with dessert in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
If you're trying to balance caring for your mother and being a mother to your children, we can help. It's what we do. Call Granny Nannies today.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance, I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nannies has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Looking at a current air temperature of 81 degrees and a dew point value lower than it was 24 hours ago, and really kind of comfortable for this time of year, coming in at 69 degrees this time of day, this time of year, with a sea breeze building. That's a nice dew point. We have a little bit of fair weather cloudiness out there, but nothing too serious. A lot of blue sky, in fact, a lot of sunshine. South-southwest wind comes in at about 8 right now. Temperatures across the region are going to get pretty close to where we might normally expect to find ourselves at this time of year, pretty close to the 90 mark, a little warmer in inland areas. 85 degrees in Mayac, 84 Arcadia, 84 Wauchula, 81 Sarasota. We have 84 in Venice, 83 in Inglewood, 81 Longboat Key, 85 in Bradenton and Lakewood Ranch. A little bit of a sea breeze building will collide with a general northeasterly wind flow and produce a few scattered showers in inland areas, but it's really to the south where most of the rain is falling. Locally, we're not seeing a whole lot, nor will we. Drier air aloft is going to help suppress rain showers today, and the ones that do develop, they're first of all going to be few and far between. They'll be inland, and they're not going to be big rain producers. Most all of the rain shower activity that occurs in Florida today will be down in the very southern tip of the state, where that frontal boundary is located. That front will eventually lift its way north over the weekend as a warm front as high pressure builds in and the winds become increasingly southeasterly. With that southeasterly wind flow, low-level moisture increases, as well as upper-level moisture. We'll start to see the atmosphere moisten at all levels and through the column of the atmosphere, and that will help support some bigger storms, more widespread rain showers, and showers that will produce more rainfall. So whereas we're looking at rainfall today maybe in the tenths of an inch, I think as we head into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we'll be looking at rainfall that's closer to the 1-inch mark or better. So only isolated showers today. Winds shift over the weekend. You can kind of see that, and some heavier storms around as we head into Sunday. We get some bigger storms, and then on into Monday and Tuesday as well. Here's your picture of the day. This was the drought index from last week. A lot of the state of Florida was in the extreme drought category, about 15% of the landmass of Florida. Now here's the drought index that came out at about 1 o'clock yesterday, or sorry, at about 8:30 in the morning yesterday, and that extreme drought region has disappeared. In fact, even the drought region that's labeled as severe has shrunk in overall coverage. So we're glad to see that. In fact, a lot of times during this time of year, we'll get tropical storms or tropical storms that have somewhat dissipated, as we did with this last bout of showers. And what we get is a drought-busting rain. And while we didn't actually bust the drought completely, we certainly put a pretty good dent in it, so that's good to see. And next week, we're going to have good rain chances as well. Starting on Monday, everyone, not just inland residents, get a chance of some showers, so hopefully we'll be able to chip away at that drought over the course of next work week as well. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. The Bradenton Boat Show is back for another year. The event kicking off this morning at the Bradenton Area Convention Center. More than 100 boats are on display there, along with fishing gear, boating accessories, apparel, and much more. Also, those who attend can get tips from the pros at the Captain Joe Fishing School. They're providing hands-on sessions for boating techniques, from learning how to tie a knot to throwing a cast net.
Enjoy boating. I like to see different brands, you know, different makes and whatnot, and just enjoy the atmosphere.
The boat show ends Sunday. For tickets and a full schedule, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and just click on links we mentioned. A couple of new game shows are premiering this weekend here on ABC7, and what former Hamilton actor is calling himself a writer now. We'll have details next in entertainment news.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month, or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Not only is it dessert time, it's bellow time. Guess who happens to be
Yeah,
here?
thanks. I came at the right timing. Look at this.
I know. We'll have a little cappuccino, homemade lemon bar that's on the Savor Sarasota menu.
awesome.
Classic chocolate cake.
How do you go wrong?
I think you'll
Yeah.
do flips over that. Key lime pie with What's that on top?
Animal crackers.
Oh, that would
That's
be animal
awesome.
crackers. Now,
Wow.
as we sip our cappuccino,
Yes.
tell us what's happening with you this summer.
Well, I am actually here at the Ringling. This summer's hair-raising circus is called Incredibello. And
I love it.
yeah, I'm so excited to be here, my hometown. Great restaurant, great
I know.
place. Yeah.
What are the dates?
June 13th through July 29th. It's fun for the whole family and really, really action-packed. I think it'll be a hair-raising experience.
It's Savor Sarasota and Savor Bello. So glad to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody, and remember to savor.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Bello. Bill Maher is back on the air tonight on HBO following his on-air use of a racial slur. In an interview last week, he used the N-word and then made a joke about house slaves. He apologized, but some say that's not enough. His guest tonight is Ice Cube, and the rapper says he does intend to address Maher about the incident. A new season of Celebrity Family Feud. Amy Schumer and Kelly Clarkson among the first families to appear. Clarkson says her family came ready to play.
We are all big, like, Family Feud dorks, like, for years. It's kind of weird how much we like it and how many episodes we've seen. But it is different when you're on it, because you get nervous and you forget what you're supposed to do.
You can see Celebrity Family Feud this Sunday on ABC 7. It'll be followed by the premiere of Steve Harvey's Thunderdome and the $100,000 Pyramid. All these old shows coming back. Former Hamilton actor Leslie Odom Jr. is working on his narrative called Failing Up: How to Rise Above, Do Better, and Never Stop Learning. It'll be about the Tony Award-winning performer's setbacks and rejections that preceded his success. The book will come out next March. Fascinating story, I'm sure
I'm
he
going to
has.
read that. Yeah. Oh, what an amazing performer. And good jazz singer, too.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, great
didn't know
jazz
that.
singer. Yeah. He does concerts now. In fact, I think that's why he originally left Hamilton to do a tour.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Talented guy. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. You too, John.
Thank you. You too.
And we hope to see you again at 5 o'clock.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.